Hello and welcome to my next video. Today is the 3rd of July 2025 and today I've come to do the Holborn tour, although some people might say Holborn, but it is Holborn. This station was opened in 1906 by the Great Northern Piccadilly and Brompton Railway. So this station was designed by Leslie Green. Now, most of Leslie Green's normal stations have this lovely red terracotta front on them. This one was a bit different and it didn't have the terracotta tiles. This was due to planning regulations imposed by the London County Council, which required the use of stone so that it fitted in with the other buildings that were already there. And even after some of the station modifications in the 1930s, some of the arches are still visible. In 1900, the Central Line was opened, however the Holborn platforms were not there at this time. In 1907, the branch line to Aldwych was opened, giving the station 4 platforms. So the tour begins by going across the concourse, going through a little door, and then taken to a little room where we're given a bit of a history about the building. Before we know it, we're heading down the spiral staircase. This is the emergency staircase that is still there. However, the steps themselves were replaced at some point, and you can see witness marks from where the original staircase was. There are a few random doors as you go down the staircase, and I'm suspecting that this goes into what used to be a lift shaft. To put the depth of the staircase into perspective, here is a photograph of both sets of escalators that you go down to get to the platforms. I found this station diagram very helpful to be able to try and visualise whereabouts we were in the station. I've indicated different points on it. So when the station was first built, there was no escalators, just the lift access down to the platforms. So when the line was opened to go to Aldwych, this section here was a crossover. This allowed trains to be able to go into either platform. I was really amazed to see how close we got to the running rails here. We were reassured that the power was off at this time. So from 1907 to about 1917, there were 2 running rails here. One was disused. This was owing to low footfall usage at Aldwych. During the war, the second tunnel was blocked off and it was used for storing artefacts from the British Museum. Personally, I find this image from the Cartomap website a helpful image to be able to fully understand it. So after a short presentation, we ended up walking through this tunnel, which was a purpose-built ventilation, and then we ended up being on what was the old bay platform. Now you can see here the line from where the running tracks used to be and the edge of the platform, and has now been filled in with concrete. During the war, the platform itself was repurposed and had little rooms built on top of it. So we did get a chance to have a look inside some of those rooms. It was nice that there were photographs of showing what it was like during the war, as well as what you can see today. My favourite room was this one, because you can see the original tiles and you can see where the lettering was, where it's been painted over, that would have had the word Holborn underneath it. So we were shown a short video and it was explained how in the 1930s the Central Line platforms were dug out by hand. Somehow they managed to dig around the existing tunnel lining rings, get rid of all the spoil and create the platform spaces that we now see today. So by adding platforms to the Central Line at Holborn, this meant that there was now no need for British Museum Station. So in 1933, this station closed. There doesn't seem to be many photos of British Museum around on the internet, but this is what I could find. If you look carefully out of the window as you're heading towards Tottenham Court Road, you'll see where there's traces of where the platform used to be. You do need to look out of the opposite side to what you board the train though. If you'd like to see a short video about British Museum, there is a link in the description below. After exploring the bay platform, we then were taken back through the station and then to another mystery door, and then we found ourselves at the bottom of this staircase. So the tunnelling arrangement here is a little bit complicated. Platform 3 is lower than the other platforms. So when we go up these stairs, we go over platform 3 running rails, under the platform 5 running rails, up some more stairs, and onto platform 5, which is actually parallel to platform 4, and the staircase to platform 6 is now blocked off. It's quite incredible that they managed to build all of this. When you consider all of this was dug by hand, it's all underground and all of these bits cross over each other. And the platform numbering system was changed in the 1930s when the central line was added. This brings us to platform 5, which is the old Aldwych through platform. As similar to Aldwych Station, this platform has been used for trialling out new things as well. So here we have the trunking, which is to hide cabling, here labelled St Paul's. We've also got the panelling for the side of the walls, lighting and ventilation, and also the line diagrams for opposite the platform. The remains of the old signal box is also visible at the end of the platform. Because platforms 4 and 5 are parallel to each other, it does mean you get this great view of seeing the Piccadilly trains leaving the platform and heading towards Russell Square. I also liked the way that this clock was still running on a disused platform. So we were told about how the first CCTV office was actually installed at this station and has now been relocated elsewhere. It was also the first station to have the help points on the station. So I hope you've enjoyed this little snapshot of the tour and some of the pictures that I've taken. So this tour lasted about an hour and a half, and you certainly see a lot more than what I can cover in a very short video. If you do want to book a tour, I've included a link in the description below.